Welcome back, everybody. So I've done a bit of work over here, just some touch up, put in a bench. I've named the place Find Your Way because it's a map shop, so you use maps to find your way around. I've also fixed this area over here, made a little park out of it with some trees, a nice little fountain, some more benches. Just the finishing touches on stuff. And then I did get a few maps in here. I replaced the scattered maps I had on here with a nice big map of the beach resort. So like if you follow that road, it goes over to the castle. That road goes over to the tree. You know, the big tree house we have. And then this is the beach resort, the little cabanas, all the little lounge chairs, the little restaurant we have out there. And I even found a shipwreck over here when I was shipping or boating around. So I put a little banner on it to mark it. Kind of like you would on a map where you mark highlights and stuff. And then over here, I finally figured out what to put over here. This is the Guardian Farm. And that is, it looks like the map is not in the right spot, but it is. It's a chunk border error. At one point, I guess I had a different chunk there, or I pruned one of the chunks. So it kind of formed a weird cliff right there. Oh, and I also updated the navigator's log. So I put in a bunch of different coordinates for highlight places around the world. What? I'm sorry, it's getting dark already. Let me get some sleep so it's daylight, and then we can move on to what I'm going to do in this episode. So if you have been following along recently, you have heard me whining and moaning about... That's odd. I distinctly remember there being... I distinctly remember there being a board there. I wonder where that went to. Do Endermen pick up half slabs? That would be the only explanation I have. Unless it just disappeared. Which sometimes they do, but it's weird that one little block disappears. Unless it got hit by lightning. I know there was a lightning and thunderstorm. Maybe the lightning struck over there. Because I've had that happen where I'll come back and half my roof will be gone. And it was a lightning strike. At least that's the only thing I can think of. Because we did have lightning. But anyhow, where's my boat? There. So I'm not bobbing around and getting all seasick. So, like I said, if you have been with me for a little while, you've heard me whining and moaning and complaining about this sandy island. So I was going to dig all this out, which is a pain. And even if I dig it out, it's only going to get me over to here. I'm not going to dig out that because that's a whole continent. And then I started noticing there's some turtles around here. So this is where they live. This is where their natural habitat is. So I really don't want to destroy the turtle habitat. And then I get over here. And I have a friggin' ravine. How crazy is that? Well, the water did do its magical pause right there before it fell down. So I bet there's a chunk layer right here. This is probably a chunk border. So instead of digging all this out, although that's got to be like the tiniest ravine I've ever seen. It goes from there to here. Wow. That is a tiny little ravine. So I'm going to leave the sandy island here and the ravine and this little, sandbar for the turtles to live on. And then I'm going to clear all this out and put a lighthouse. I think that would work. So I can put maybe a tower here and then a defensive fort over on that side. So kind of a combination lighthouse fort. And then that'll give me protection, because my word about it was so close to the land. I didn't want too close to the land in case the army sets up over here to attack me. The imaginary army that I have running around here, even though I own everything. So I thought, well, maybe I would, instead of clearing it out and giving us a bigger channel to go through, I'm just going to clear this out, and then we're going to have I can't talk. Like I said, a lighthouse and a fort. I thought that would be cool. And let's block off this. I don't want the water running in here. That's kind of a pain. So really, I just need to clear out all this sand. That should go pretty quickly. I'm not even going to go too far, just a layer or two down here. And what the? Oh, holy cow. It's like those people that dig in their backyard and find a box of gold. They found treasure. I guess if I had a treasure map, I would have... Let's pick up the rest of these. There we go. Oh, wow. So I guess the treasure boxes are just put out there already. And then when you do a map, it picks the nearest one. I don't know what the mechanics of that is, but that's kind of cool. Well, let's see what's in it. Look at that. Got gold. So we got gold, we got iron, heart of the sea, some cooked salmon, so it's all ready to eat. So why don't I put, and I can use the box for storage. Well, that's cool. That's actually easier than following the map, because sometimes the map I would have actually had to dig out all this. If I had a map and was following it, yes, I would have done the same amount of digging. Because when you follow the map, it never seems to be right where it tells you it is. It's just buried just a little bit off. So anyhow, that's a good surprise. I'm going to continue clearing out about this level. Because I'll get, I'll clear out this too. We'll get the water in our way, but I do want, these, like the stone bricks to go down, probably to that. This would be the level. So this would be where the wall starts for the tower. So the lighthouse would be here. I'm calling it a lighthouse, but it's really a lighthouse security tower gun placement. Actually kind of nice. I found the boat, or this chest, because I needed it to store my stuff. Wow, I've never found one accidentally before. That is cool. So let me clear this out. We can get started. I'm not sure if I'm going to pop into a time lapse for this, or I'll just show you what I finished. I haven't made that decision yet. I guess I better make that soon. Either way, I will catch up with you in a minute. So that takes care of the time lapse. I didn't go for this like a straight lighthouse look, which would just be a circular tower going up. I kind of made them into little forts. So I've got this circular fort over here, and then the gun emplacements and stuff would go on the top, and then the supporting fort on this side, which has multiple layers in it. There's a bunk room going to be up on the second floor, and then you can get all the way to the top, which I will take you in there and do a tour. And we're going to, you know, furnish it and get it all ready. I don't know if that'll be this episode, or I may just make this a shorter one, have another short episode where I just take care of the design on the inside and stuff. Now we have this natural little bay over here. I know it does go over that way, but it's kind of an isolated little area over here where the turtles live. So I want to put a dock right on this end. Oops, get rid of that kelp. Actually, let's get rid of all this sand here. Maybe we'll find another treasure chest. Although I don't think they do that. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, come on. It's just, we got this plaza here, this path here with stone which leads into the fort. And there's only one entrance into both forts, is this door here. Makes it very defensible. So then out from here, we're just going to put, let's get rid of that, we'll put a big dock out here just to get a place in case, you know, we want to, maybe put a warship here for defense. Because these outposts serve two purposes. One is to warn people of this little sandbar. But the other purpose is for defense. So we're not going to have any ships going through here without these guys letting them go through. And since this land is the closest to my city, we are not going to have any armies coming over the land, like camping out right here where they can directly attack. Because all the way around the city, there's a lot of water. They would have to, they have to come by boat. And this is a naval city. Got lots of boats. So that's the worst thing you want to do is, fight someone whose job is making boats and, sailing and that kind of stuff. That's kind of where they're positioned. Plus it eliminates the need for me to dig out yet another sandbar. I have like 2 or 3 more islands I still have to dig out before we can finish this, city. So like through here, I go down, we're just, oh, perfect. Usually I'm off by 1. I can just follow this kelp down. So this would be a dock, so I could, actually put a ship in through here, although it is a smaller area. But for now, little rowboats and stuff. Now it's just going down. What do they say? There is like a huge, wow. Oh, wow. I have not been down here. A huge underwater cavern. Well, those underwater ravines. More underwater caves. Got to keep an eye on my bubbles. Once they get halfway, I have troubles. I don't know if you can see anything. If I get in the post and you can't see anything, I will be sure to artificially brighten it up. It may look a little washed, but oh no, I'm lost. Oh, whew. Oh, I thought I was going to drown for a minute there. Well, that's cool. That's a huge, good thing I didn't try and dig this out. I would have ran into that, and that's even, sometimes that's worse to dig through. I guess, maybe it doesn't even join up with this ravine. Yeah, this is the ravine over here that doesn't join into anything, does it? No, it ends over there. Maybe that water there joins up with it, but that's the wrong direction. Yeah, I don't see anything anywhere. Got floating sand. I don't want to touch that. But that's odd. But I do like those underwater caverns and stuff. It's really cool. What was that? Oh, I was looking at my dock. Okay, so there we have our dock for the military. I think, do I want to put spruce fence on there? No, but I do want to put some lighting in here. I did grab some nuggets and some coal, so I can make a bunch of torches and a bunch of lanterns. And then I still have, oh, there is some of these iron bars. Thought maybe for this place, a little different look. I'm going to stick, yeah, because you know, military, sometimes they look a little different than normal, you know, civilian areas. So we can go right here, go around here and put in these lanterns. So they just sort of sit on the end of those fence posts there. And then once we get in here, we want to stick a couple lanterns there by the door. I don't actually have a door, do I? Okay, there we go. Let's see. Grab a door. Oh, and a bed. Let me get some sleep, because if you don't, mobs are going to be all over the place here, because it's not a very safe place. Hello, Mr. Turtle. Oh, I'll get this area cleaned up so it makes a nice home for you. Kind of flatten all this down, get rid of my junk. I'm going to take that bed with me just for now. Do you guys eat kelp? No. I think it's only seagrass, isn't it? Well, don't worry. I will feed you guys later. So we finish our dock. Come through here. We have a single entrance. You know, just, you know, kind of narrow it down. So if anybody's attacking the fort, they can't get into it from the sides, because you got the thick walls and they're all barred up. There's really no entrance anywhere on the, you'd have to climb all the way up the side. And by that time people will be throwing things down on you. The only place you could breach would be those wooden windows up there, because all the windows down here got iron bars on them, so you're not going to get in. But you have this narrow passageway to get inside, which makes it better for defense. I'm going to have to figure out what to do in here. I think I'm going to put in some stations, maybe a few desks in here for like just military business, and then some those little statue armor stands with armor in them, and some weapons around here. So kind of be on alert. This would be like an area where y'all gather to do defense or train or whatever you do. Heading down here, I've got this underground passageway. So you get into this passage here. You need to put a little bit of lighting in here, because all I've got is these torches. But this is how you get into the second tower. And this is the, I guess, the defense fort, or the, you know, attack. I guess, I don't know what a name for it is. This one is really mainly for attacking ships or keeping an eye out on anyone going by, because it's just one big room down there, and then up here we have this little covered area just to keep the rain off you, and then it can face out in any direction. And I'm picturing gun emplacements, so I think I'll put some cannons out each side. So you would have cannons, swivel cannons, on each end here, so you could shoot out anybody that's over in the water below. And you can also take aim at anyone on this side. The only I guess hole in the defense would be this tower here. You can't shoot on the other side of it. But really all there is on the other side is that little little sandbar with the big ditch in there. So I guess someone could park their boat on the opposite side over there, but then I would imagine there'd be defense ships could come from this other end and attack them. So there's really no place to hide. You know, this will get the majority of it, so anybody coming in or going out through this little area here would be under attack. And if I really wanted it to be a solid defense, I could actually build another one of these over on that little island over there, which is actually a tempting idea. I may do that, but not right now. So you have here, so I need to finish the gun emplacements. Need to put in maybe some bunks in here too, for like an emergency stand, because I picture there being a defensive mechanism here where if that other fort is breached, you could push a wall down or drop a wall here and block off this area. And I actually have room here. I may do some kind of piston thing where it just pushes things down, or maybe even dumps a stack of sand down here. I don't know if sand will break on steps. I don't think it will. To fill in this area here. I could push pistons through just to block that off. So if for some weird reason this fort gets breached, everyone could run down the stairs here, go up the stairs here, block off the passage here, and I may actually have a second control to block off the passage on this side. So in case you got attackers coming down here, they get in here, you block off the back side, and then you open the door and like lava pours down on top of them. How's that for defense? But that's kind of a last stand type of situation. So next, upstairs, we have this big room, and this is where I'm going to put a bunch of bunks. So we'll have a bunch of people sleeping up here. And if worse comes to worse, you pop out there and you can shoot out the windows at people. And then you got a little bit of area overlooking the door here. You can't really see anything. But I imagine you could, like hop up here, and if people are coming in the door, you can throw things down at them or something. And then all the way at the top, have this little area, which should have more weapons and stuff, and is more of a kind of like a rally storage area. And then up here is where you can attack. So you can line up here. It doesn't have any, this, the big guns are over here. This would be where the lookouts or snipers are. And this would also give you a way to attack down here. And that's that little island I was talking about where I could put another one of those round defensive towers over here. And that would cover all this area. And then I could actually do a tunnel, join up my tunnel over there with another tunnel over to that one. And I might do that. That actually starting to sound like a good idea. Well, you can see over in the distance my sand mine, which is now just stone because I took all the sand out of it. And then if we go all the way to the top, up here, this is the Crow's Nest Lookout. So we would have a soldier stationed up here who's just keeping an eye on things, checking to see is like, are there any ships coming through? Anyone looking suspicious? Any armies marching over there? I know there's a village or another city way, way over there on the other side of the desert. But this desert kind of makes it, gives you a little bit of defense because there's not much there to hide behind or hide in. All you have is the wastelands over here where my mining operation is. And this is well lit. And then we can get back down. So I think that ends today's tour of this. I'm going to save the finishing and furnishings of the area until the next episode. So for now, I'm going to thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and please come back and catch me in the next episode. And have a wonderful day. Bye bye, everybody.